I'll put y'all on. I don't know if they want to sponsor me once I blow up, but I will be open to it fully. This shit is good. But what I want to talk about today, if you are struggling to align with your new timeline, you know manifestation, right? You know manifestation now is a process of just choosing which channel, which reality, which frequency you want to attune to, and deciding on that, and then that becomes your reality. Because guys, I'm gonna say this again, once you decide on something, it is done. That's what manifestation is. It's a fully invested decision into something, and therefore that's what it is. That's what your reality becomes. So if you find yourself struggling to even align with the new timeline, you're like, I'm trying to manifest, I'm trying to do all these things, my life is not coming into fruition the way that I wanted it to, or I'm not getting what I desire, the issue might be that you don't feel confident to fully decide. You have not fully committed to and fully chosen an idea, a manifestation, a timeline, because you inherently don't trust yourself. Now, I made a video on this a while ago, and essentially confidence comes from trust. And a lot of things could have happened in your life where you felt like it was your fault. Maybe, getting heartbroken, getting into fights, fallouts with friends. Honestly, even your parents growing up, making you feel like the choices you made for yourself were wrong, shaming you, blaming you for the reasons you got hurt, the reason the family fell apart, or anything, right? Failure seemed to be an inherent issue for you personally. That's how life could have made you feel. And now you are afraid of fully committing to and deciding on a new reality or a new idea, a new project. You're scared of commitment in a sense because you don't trust yourself enough to choose. You don't trust that you're deserving to make your own decisions, or you don't trust that you are capable of making good decisions. And so this inner work, having this limitation, will really hinder you, because the whole time you're manifesting, you aren't able to persist. You're not persisting into your new timeline because you're constantly questioning yourself. Is this the right move? Is this the right move to make? Is this what I really want? Is it okay for me to want this? Constantly questioning yourself. The state of indecisiveness, the state of lack of commitment just shows your lack of trust in yourself. I'm going to slow down a little bit because I get going quick and it's no reason to rush. So again, if you know how manifestation works in the process and you're like, okay, I understand, I just choose my radio station of life and I can have it. Obviously, it's be, do, have, become the person, do what they would do, have what they have. But a lot of the times people are continually watching manifestation videos or in comments saying things aren't working, or just the fear that it's not going to happen. I think a lot of people, it could surround the fact that they're afraid that they're not making the right decision, so they don't fully commit to it. It's a lot of times in relationships, I had this is a wounded masculine thing, where you get into a relationship and you find yourself not 100% committing, or in a sense being a perfectionist and always thinking about, is there someone better? Is there something better out there for me? Is this the one? A lot of you are doing that with your manifestations, right? You feel like, okay, I feel good about this, I want this, I could capitalize on this, I could really own this. But in the back of your mind, is this the one? Is this timeline the one? Am I making the right decision? And it's because you have wounds wounds that need some addressing, okay? And so a lot of you don't have confidence in this new timeline and this new manifestation because you don't have confidence in your capability to make good decisions. Or you don't have confidence in the fact that you are worthy of making your own decisions. My phone overheated, unfortunately. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying. Do you choose to trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to make decisions? Okay? Do you trust yourself to be a master manifestor? Do you trust yourself to be the creator of your reality? We know that when we don't trust ourselves, it looks a lot like suffering. It looks a lot like victim mentality. It looks a lot like anxiety. Okay, understand that anxiety is the manifestation of a lack of trust for yourself to guide yourself into the future. Okay, you don't trust, you're anxious about things that are going to happen because you are anxious that you don't have the capabilities to deal with, handle, or choose, create the future. Okay, you feel like it's out of your hands, or you feel like you don't have the capacity to wield reality to your favor. That is all anxiety is. The only reason you would ever be afraid of the future is because you don't have confidence. You don't have confidence and trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. So, if you have anxiety and you're also trying to manifest and shift to a new timeline, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but that anxiety is a point for the inner work that you need to do. Understand that a master manifestor will very rarely, if ever, have anxiety. Because what do I need to be afraid of the future if I'm the one that creates it? What is there to be afraid of? If I'm the one constantly creating and choosing my timeline and my reality, what is there to be afraid of? Okay, so if you're struggling to align with and see and really commit to your new timeline, it's time to address that inner child and those wounds that you have that say, hey, I don't trust myself. I don't trust that I'm capable of making decisions. I don't trust that I'm a big girl. I don't trust that I'm a big boy. Okay? You need to learn to trust yourself again. You need to build that confidence to say, I trust in my own inner guidance system. A lot of times we really get pulled away from this, our inner authority, because the people around us don't see us for our entirety, and they expect us to function a certain way, a way of society, or a way that they are functioning. And it can really take us away from our inner guidance system. When you begin to trust yourself, okay, and here's an affirmation for you. I want you to say this with me. I trust myself to choose. I trust myself to choose, and I trust myself to make decisions. I trust that even if I choose a timeline that's not 100,000% to the 10th degree my perfect reality, I trust that I can choose again. I trust that I can choose and choose and choose. I trust that I can always make a new choice. I trust that I am always yielding the wand of creation. Trust yourself to choose, and then choose to trust yourself to know that you can choose again. Okay? Mistakes don't have to be one and done. Okay? You didn't make it perfect. Okay? It's not crispy to the perfect degree. Try again. You can choose again. Okay? You can decide to choose a reality. I love this part about this reality, but I don't love this part about this reality. Okay, so in this next timeline, I choose to keep this and I choose to change this. You can keep choosing. Okay, guys? It just comes down to trusting yourself to choose. Okay, getting your mommy's voice out of your head, getting daddy's voice out of your head, whoever's been in the back of your ear like this, telling you everything you can't do, telling you that it could fail, telling you shouldn't do this, playing devil's advocate and constantly advocating for everything you the opposite of what you want to do, right? You bring them an idea. Well, here's what can go wrong with this. Well, I don't think you should do it like this. Bringing them an issue that you've had with a friend. Well, did you do this? Always pointing the finger to try to make you feel like maybe you were doing something wrong. Being in relationships with people that constantly, hey, when you bring something to their attention, this is bothering me. Well, this is what you did to make me act like this. Okay. Overheated again. But we're going to get through this. Who's ever in the back of your head, in your ear, chirping like this, whoever's voice is reigning over your subconscious, time to remove it. You're evicted. Time to eradicate it. Kicked out, eviction notice. Sorry, you can't live here anymore, okay? Time to boot it. Whoever's voices, boot it, okay? Because at that point, you're letting someone else's devil control you. I made another video about this, okay? When you befriend your inner devil, okay, your fears begin to fit in with your strategy. They become helpful. They don't become debilitating. Let me give you an example, okay? What it looks like when you befriend your inner devil. When you're choosing a new timeline and you're saying, I'm shifting to another frequency, another place in reality. You decide with the inner God in you, okay? I'm the creator. I'm deciding, okay, that I'm going to be a 6-figure monthly earner. I'm going to spend a lot of time with my kids. I'm going to have a lot of time alone. I also love being alone. I really want to be alone and be successful and really focus on my kids and just creating things and having fun and getting paid to exist, okay? When you befriend your inner devil and she comes here and sits on your shoulder, this is what's going to sound like. Hey, bro, I know, like, okay, I get what you're saying about this, but don't we also want love? Don't we also want a relationship? Like, if we love to be alone, like, I'm afraid that we won't be able to really find a relationship in this timeline that, you know, will really fit with this lifestyle. Can you create that? What are we going to do about this? Because I'm afraid, because I do want this, but it's not really, is it, you know? It sounds more like a negotiation, okay? Your fears come up, your devil comes up to remind you, hey, but what if this? Like, it's about a negotiation. Don't forget this side of things. Then, when you trust yourself to choose and make decisions, this doesn't make you anxious. It doesn't completely eradicate the plan. It says, okay, let me sit back and think. Your inner God and your inner devil come together. These are my boundaries and my limitations, and this is what I can create with this. Okay, I know I love to be alone and I mostly want to be with my kids. How about in this timeline, I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody who travels for work or who leaves town a little bit often. So I have a lot of time alone with me and my kids, but I still have a really loving relationship. All right, y'all, my phone kept overheating, so I was getting annoying. Done with it. Trust yourself to choose. Trust yourself to make decisions.